Now we've got Money Mike Giordano here, financial advisor with Williams Wealth Management. To make all of this make sense, we have seen plenty of fireworks because the 4th of July is tomorrow. They've been going off with the markets at record highs. So the question is, has it been solid across the board?
Well, Rashad, I mean, those numbers you just showed, that's basically been the whole year in the markets, and you just saw today's numbers. So the Dow was kind of lagging, and then the NASDAQ was screaming, and the S&P 500 was right there in the middle. Yeah, basically the markets have been driven by this whole AI trade. It's been a handful of stocks. I call it the river of AI. If you're floating in the river of AI, you're doing great. You get the current pushing you. If you're not in the river of AI, the rest of the market's kind of been hanging out along the banks, just kind of like treading water. So from a top, if you look from a 30,000 foot view, everything looks great, but it's been a little bit more mixed.
And then when you talk about the economy, it seems like we've dialed back the temps a little bit, but is it still hot right now?
Are you a good griller?
I am, actually. Okay. Yeah, I just bought a nice grill.
So then you'll understand this. I'm not very good. My wife just sold our grill because she's like, Mike, you're so bad at grilling. You're bad at the charcoal, all that stuff.
You could have called me. We call you for financial advice. You can call me for grilling.
Okay. Well, maybe when I can convince her to get another one, I'll do that, definitely. But no, right now the economy is kind of like low and slow, right? That's where we're at, that barbecue method. And so we had a really hot economy, and then things have started to cool down, whether you're looking at the unemployment rate or you're looking at GDP or whatnot. And so things are starting to cool down. But we haven't fallen off a cliff, so we're still chugging along. We're still cooking. It's just a little bit slower.
Then a quick question from all of us too. Inflation has cooled, but at a slower pace as well. So when can we all expect inflation to unleash some of those rate cuts?
Yeah, so we're waiting on that rate cut party to start happening. It felt like it was going to happen big time this year, and then maybe it started moving next year. It looks like, Jay Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, was talking earlier this week over in Portugal, and he basically said that things are in better balance now. We've got the unemployment rate and the labor market's cooled off enough, and prices are starting to stabilize more. So he's not confident they can do it like this month, but the market's starting to think that we might start getting rate cuts possibly in the fall, September at the earliest.
Great. If we want our money to boom like tomorrow, what can we do today to go ahead and position ourselves for that?
Well, booming for tomorrow is a completely different story. But if you want your money to boom for the long term, then you want to stay balanced with what you're doing, and you don't want to get completely out of whack because markets can shoot too high and they can shoot too low at different times. So you got to maintain an even keel. From an investment standpoint, you really want to think about what's happening in the markets. There's been a big concentration of these handful of mega cap tech stocks that are just driving the market. If you're a younger investor, doesn't matter. Things will smooth out over time. So you just keep plowing money into the market. The real issue is for people that are closer to retirement or already in retirement. They don't have a lot of future investment dollars going into the market. That's where this concentration risk that's in the market can be a little bit more unsettling depending on how things play out. And so there you want to take a little bit more of a risk management approach.
All right. Mike G dropping knowledge on us as always. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Can't wait to see that grill, man. You're going to help me out.
Hey, come on over tomorrow. I'll grill up for you.